About the session. So any question, if you guys have any sorts of question, you can ask me the question, or straight away we'll get into session actually. So how the things is like here. So yesterday's repetition, what we understood yesterday, we understood how to create a custom AMI and what is the use case of using custom AMI here. Why we need to use a custom AMI here? Because it will replicate your work into different, it will replicate your work between different servers. So we will not get, so no need to put a lot of time for single resources to configure in your team, that we need to understand. And apart from this, another thing here, then we understood about the IPs. What we had IP here, static. We had static IP, the public IP and private IP. Static IP we are going to attach with our server. Why we need attach with our server? Because we don't want that IP configuration to be changed. Because of that reason, we will attach this EC2. Whatever the EC2 we have, we will attach this EC2. Whatever the IP, static IP, whatever the public IP we have, we don't want that public IP to be changed. Because of that reason, we will attach static IP into this one, or that is called elastic IP2 actually. What is the other name of this one? This is called elastic IP2, and that we can understand from here. Then there is one thing here which we need to understand actually. Let's dig into the load balancer. I'll spend a little bit of time here into the load balancer. Anyone have idea what is a load balancer? Load balancer is nothing but it will distribute the load where? Into your different servers. So what is the use case here? I have EC2 here. What load balancer will do? Load balancer will distribute equal load between the servers here. So what I'm doing here, this is my, what I'm doing here, this is my EC2, this is 2, my EC2, this is my EC2. Suppose I have a 3 EC2 here. If I have a EC2 here, EC2 is a server here. Of course, if I'm talking about server, end of this server will be connected to, this is EC2 here. This 2 is my EC2 here, and this 2 is my EC2 here, server. If I have a 2 different servers with same application, so why we are creating different server? Now one more thing you need to understand, whenever we are creating server with some sort of configuration here, some sort of configuration here. So now here what we will have a load balancer here, somewhere here. What we will have? Load balancer. You can understand from the terminology, right? What is a load balancer here? It will balance the load. But where it will balance the load? It will balance the load between different servers here. This server, this server, this server. So you are a user here. Users here means user here. If I'm saying users here means n number of users. Many users, many users will be there. Many users will be there means what these user will do, we will configure load balancer for those users. What these people will do, these people will hit the load balancer. As soon as these users will hit this load balancer here, automatically their request will be distributed here. One request will go here, another request will go here, another request will go here. Equally, request will be distributed between all the servers here. So this we need to understand. Load balancer is nothing but it will balance the load between different servers. That we need to understand. So how many type of load balancer we have? I'm keeping it very simple. I'm not making too complicated. So how many type of load balancer we have? Let's understand what type of load balancer we have. We have usually 4 type of, but last one is deprecated. This is classic load balancer. People used to use this a lot. This classic load balancer, people used to use this a lot. Nowadays, 2 people are using this. It's not like this is got deprecated. This is got deprecated here. Previous generation can say, but still people are using this classic load balancers. So how many type of? Usually 4 type of. If you consider 3 also, you can consider. First one is application load balancer. Second one is network load balancer. Third one is gateway load balancer here. What is application load balancer here? Application will support two protocol. That is HTTP and HTTPS. Two protocol it will support. Now here, two protocol it will support. Now see, choose an application load balancer when you need a flexible feature set for your application with HTTP and HTTP traffic operating at the request level. Application load balancer provide advanced routing and visibility feature targeted at application architect, including microservices and containers. So what it will support? It will support a protocol of HTTP, HTTPS. This protocol it will support. And another protocol. If I'm talking about network load balancer here, you people need to understand the layer system. Actually, I'll discuss what are those layer system before this. But let's understand here. If I'm talking network load balancer means what network load balancer means, of course, it will handle TCP, it will handle UDP and TLS. So these things it will handle. Network load balancer will handle these things here. Then choose a network load balancer when you need ultra high performance TLC offloading at scale, centralized certificate deployment here, support for UDP and static IP address for your application. Now one more thing. What is saying here? He's saying one static IP addressing will be assigned to your what? Static IP addressing will be assigned. Means what is the meaning of that one? As soon as someone is saying static IP addressing is assigned, means this is chargeable here. This doesn't come under free tier because static IP addressing is chargeable. Or if I'll say elastic IP addressing, those are chargeable. Those are not free. Operating at a connection level, network load balancer are capable of handling millions of requests per second. Very, very important. Securely while maintaining ultra low latency here. This we need to understand. Another one is gateway load balancer. You can understand gateway load balancers here. When gateway load balancer, when you need to deploy and manage a fleet of third application virtual appliances here that support Geneva here, these application enable you to improve security compliance. Not a big fan of this net load balancer, but still we are using this. Mainly, most of the load balancer we are using this and this here. People used to use 90% of the user used to use this load balancer here. 90% of the user used to use this load balancer here, that we need to understand. Let's dig a little bit more. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to create the load balancer. Which load balancer? Let's try to create one application load balancer. If I'm trying to create application load balancer, what is asking me? He's asking me a load balancer name. So what I'm writing, this is my, so I'm writing this is my app load balancer here, right? I'm writing this is my app load balancer here, and for the class, just writing a name. Whenever I am talking about load balancer, it can be internet facing, it can be internal as well. Please understand, it can be internal facing and it can be internet facing, it can be internal as well. What I meant by here, what I meant by here, this is my public IP addressing here. Public IP addressing means this is my VPC here. I am a user. Here after gateway, you can attach this. Where you can attach after gateway, or either it will be configured here. Either internal or external. You can configure both places as well. Usually no need, but you can configure here and you can configure there as well. So this is what. And then which stack you are taking for address type, IPv4 dual stack, IPv6 and IPv4, which IP addressing you are taking. Then where we are doing network, well, now where we are putting this load balancer here. This is the by default VPC is taking. In this VPC, we are putting this load balancer. You can change, you can create your customized VPC as well. In this VPC, we are putting this load balancer. Please select more than one availability zone. If you are taking only one availability zone, it will not be configured. So you can take one or two. I'm just taking all three. Then what you need to do to configure your, then what we need here, we need apart from this, what we need here, we need a security group. So what we are attaching a default security group. Let me change another security group actually. So I am attaching a security group of Visa 12 actually. So what I'm doing, I am attaching a security group of Wizard 10, 12 here. I am attaching a security group. I attached BPC. Then this is by default protocol here, which we need to understand because this load balancer support HTTP and HTTPS. So here we have to create the target group. Target group means where we want to hit the target. For this, what I need to do, I need to go here. So what I need to do here, let me try whether I can open new tab or not. Yeah. Okay. So what is here? I'm creating a target group. So where I'm going here? I'm going to the target group. Now how to create a target group? Now see. Okay. Where I'm going? See, target group is nothing but here I will add instances or server here. On those server, what we'll do? Now see, understand this. We are configuring this. This is our architect. So what is our target? We want our request, one request to go here, another request to go here. I'm creating two servers, right? And then I'm configuring load balancer. As I'm configuring load balancer means one request should go here, one request should go here, another request should go here. Where one request should go here, another request should go here straight away. This is what we are going to perform from here. For this, what I need to do, I need to create a target group. For this, what I need to do, I need to create a target group. So how that can be done? Let's understand that. Before creating target group here, what I need to do, I need to create a servers. Okay, I need to create a 2 EC2 actually. So let me create a 2 EC2 here. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a 2 EC2 here. Okay, so how to create a 2 EC2? I'm going to launch instances. I think you people are familiar here. These are my load balancer server here. Just writing a load balancer server here. Yeah. So this is my load balancer server. How many I'm creating? I'm creating a 2 here, right? After creating 2 here, what I'm doing, I'm taking AMI this one AMI, that is okay. Instance type, I'm keeping T2 micro. Key pair, I have existing one. I'm taking the same EMI key, yesterday's one. Network setting, I'm not changing. Then security group, I'm taking security group existing one. What I did, I am taking Bizarre 12 one. Okay, I'm taking the same security group. So whatever the security group I have configured for there, I'm taking the same security group here also. So this is what, then I'm adding a server here. What server? HTTP server here, right? I'm supposing you people are familiar with these things. Going to the advanced detail, as soon as I'm going to the advanced detail here, I am adding scripting here. So what is my main target? I want to run to HTTP server here in my both the instances. So same application, same configuration I'm doing here. Yeah, control V. As soon as I'll do this here, launch the instances. My two server will pop up. At the same time, I'm running both the instances. Two server I'm running here. It will take some time to pop up. Yeah, it's showing here, right? If I go to here, now if I go here, now see. So one thing we need to change from here is what we need to change. We need to change the security group from here. Okay, what security group? We need to change the security groups. See, if I go to the security group, what security group we have configured? We have configured security group of 12 here. This security group we have configured with our EC2. So what I'm doing, I'm going to EC2 here. I'm going to this server, this security group here. As I'm going to this security group here, so what I'm doing here, after doing this one here, what I'm doing here, you have to enable this IPv4 HTTP for TCP protocol port number 80. By default, this will not be here, right? Please enable this. If you enable this one here, then only it will work. We have to enable this for our this This will work on this protocol here that we need to understand. So as soon as we'll get into this here, we will be able to see, right? Security group. Okay, that is okay. We are able to see. First, what I did, I created two instance, two server with the, I created two instance or two server with what? With our HTTP protocol. Then what I'm doing here? Then I'm creating the target group. I'll go to the target group. Then I'm creating the target group for both instances. We can create a target group for instances, for IP addressing, for Lambda function or application load balancer. These things which we can perform from here. So what is target group name? This is my, so I'm just writing a target for, just writing load balancer target hyphen grp. Naming convention I'm giving this. So this naming convention I am giving, and for which protocol? HTTP port number 80, and will vary from this. IPv4 addressing, okay. But for which VPC? The same VPC. Protocol is version. This protocol version is this one. Health check by default it will do for health check for this. Then next thing here, right? He's asking me these are the available instances here. Where you want to configure the target group? Where you want to configure the target group? I want to configure both the server in my target here. Both the server I want to add into target group here. Include pending below. Just click on this here. As soon as you will click on this one here, create the target group. So what it will do, it will create the target group here. It will give me end-to-end information here. Now see, it's showing unused. This target is an unused as of now. This is our BPC. So we have not installed. What we have not done, we have not installed anything. We have not configured anything into our load balancer. This is not associated. So this is not unhealthy too. That is good to go, right? So this is our target. So we can change in the future as well if you want. But these are unused here as of now. So what these are unused as of now here. If I click on this one here, we'll be able to see. Right? First thing, what is saying target group is not, see, it's saying something here. Right? So these things you need to understand from here. So then what I'm doing here, first what I did, I created two server, then I created a target group. After creating a target group, I'm creating a load balancer. How to do that? I'm going to the load balancer and I'm creating a load balancer called application load balancer here. This load balancer I'm creating. I'll go to the create here. I already configure, but let me configure again for you. Leave. I'm creating the application load balancer here. So what is this? This is my app load balancer here. For the class, I'm just writing, I'm just giving a name here. This is naming convention I'm giving, right? Internet facing IPv4. I'm mapping this this here. What I'm mapping this BPC here, and of course I'm taking availability zones AZs. So how many AZs I'm taking? I'm taking two AZs here. Three AZs. Let me take a three AZs. Security group, please take the security group, whichever security group you want. It's not mandatory to take only 12. So I'm taking Wizard 12, but whichever you are taking, please configure HTTP there. Please configure HTTP. I'm configuring this one, done. Then afterward, HTTP, it will listen on port number this, that is okay. And if you are configuring this WAF and another thing, what we can do here, we can configure WAF and AWS Global Accelerator. Now this will provide you extra level of security, but additional charges will be applied on this one. On Global Accelerator as well, this will be applied. So what this AWS Global Accelerator will do, apply global load balancing across the multiple region. For this, you can use this global accelerator here. This is the use case of having global accelerator. So what I'll do, I'll go to the configuration. What I missed, yeah, I missed the target group, right? Just now we created the target group, the same target group, whatever the target group we have configured here, just add that. As soon as you will add into this, our story will start. Our load balancer thing will start. Right? What we are doing, this is our target here. Now see, this is BPC. Here we have configured between different zones. Still it's provisioning here, not done yet. It's in a pending state here. As of now, This is in a pending state. So one more thing, load balancer will come. Why I came here? Because I want you people to understand. Load balancer by default will come with the domain name, DNS, domain name. Anyone, what do you mean by domain name? Anyone there? Because the people who are fresher, they won't understand. What do you mean by domain name? Virendra, have idea? Beneath is new or? Yeah, first time I've seen Beneath. Babia is the.
Yeah, hi. I actually joined as a guest.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, I joined as a guest actually only for today.
No problem. Guest on
Yeah.
behalf. From where you got link? There is no problem. You can join the class. You're just learning, right? You're not doing crime. So okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Now see, guys, what do you mean by? Let's understand. What do you mean by? Okay, carry on. No problem. Now see, what do we meant by DNS? DNS means this is the DNS. www.facebook.com. www.instagram.com. www. Right? Whatever that is. That is called domain name. So by default, you need to have a domain. Of course, we have a separate lecture on this one, but as of now, you understand. If you have this domain name here, you will be able to interact, talk. What? You will be able to interact with our this. Now this is the domain name. By default, your load balancer will have a domain name. So still it's provisioning here. It's not showing us now. See, still this is getting provisioning. So as soon as I'll hit the load balancer of what I'm doing here, I'm hitting the load balancer. I'm hitting the load balancers DNS here, but still this is getting provisioned here. It's not provisioned as of now. But let's see from the instances first. We had two instances, right? Let's access HTTP server from instances first, whether we are able to access or not. Like, right? We are able to. What is this IP? This is our IP, right? And if we want to see another test with another one, I'm testing on server level. See, I'm testing on a server level here, right? If I'm doing control V here, right? I'm testing on server level. This is another IP now. See, testing on a server level, but on a load balancer we need to. Now see, can you see here? I'm closing this. Otherwise, you people will be confused. Now what happened here? If I'll go to the load balancer, let me take you people to the load balancer. If I'll go to the load balancer will come up with one DNS here, domain name resolution DNS here, DNS here. If you hit this DNS here, I'm closing this here. Otherwise, you will be confused. So I'll copy and paste DNS. So like this, it's giving me 9. But see, we have set it up target for 2 IP, not only one. We want now see, if I click one time changing, keep your eye here, right? Load balancing equally, it is distributing load between different servers, right? If I click once, 1111, see, fair enough. Understood what is the use case of load balancing? Load balancing is nothing but it will balance your, it will equally distribute your load between different servers. Of course, in your server application will be attached. So means, let me elaborate more. So now whenever we are talking about these servers here, right? In this server, what you will have some sort of application. Why people are coming? People are not coming to access your server. People are coming to access your application, whatever application you are running. Suppose you are running Instagram here or banking application. Let me take a banking application of HDFC Bank here. What you are doing? You are running that HDFC Bank application, same application here, same application there, same application there. So why you need to run this in a 3 different server? Because server will come with specified configuration. Something like, let's take an example of 5 CPU, 5 CPU or 48 MB of your 48 gig of your RAM, or you are attaching some XYZ storage of elastic block storage. Comes with a limitation. You have a many users here. What we have a many users. As we have a many users here, what we need to do? So this server will not be enough. So what we have to do? We have to increase the server capacity. We will add another server. So if many people are eating, then we will increase another server. You are becoming famous. Your application is becoming famous. Your consumer are becoming more. You need to increase the server capacity. You need to increase the number of servers. So, but one more thing here. Now, if you are not attaching the load balancer here, so what will be the case? Request will go, either many requests will go here, or either many requests will go here, This becomes zigzag. Either what will happen here now? Suppose you have not configured the load balancer. So now what will be the case here? Many requests will go here. Either request will go here as well. Many people are hitting here. This server no have any work. This server, now this server will crash. Of course, many requests are coming, right? He will not be able to serve. You are working in an office. Suppose each and every task of office you are performing. Of course, you will be frustrated, right? Same here. So not to have this actually, we need to add a load balancer. So our load, whatever the request or load can say, that will be equally distributed. Our server will work properly, right? Our server will work properly. If we need to scale up, we need to increase the capacity of server. That is possible. We will understand plus and minus there, right? What I used, which server I used application load balancer as of now. So this we need to understand here. Okay, fair enough. Any question here? Abdul is not saying something today.
Yeah, if you are using application load balancer, then the traffic will be directly offloading on the application server itself, right? Or the certificate will be hosted on the application server, correct?
Don't get into those actually. Those certification and all, don't take out those things. Keep those side. As of now, just think like this will be like your certificates. If I'm talking about certification thing, right? This is the DNS here. Now see, if I go to DNS here, can you see this DNS this here, right? We need to configure SSL and TLC here, right? Are you talking about that?
Yes, yes, correct, correct.
We need to configure TLC and SSL here, right? So that you have to configure. You can take from cloud provider, you can take from XYZ. You can go to GoDaddy, you can go to third provider SSLs, right? That can be configured actually. See, load balancer will not provide you SSL and TLC by default. Please understand. You can see here, not secure means SSL. Now, let me give you a little bit idea what SSL and TLC is. People who don't have idea what SSL and TLC is, as of now, I have prepared documentation for this one, but I'm just giving a little idea here what this SSL and TLC is. So these are certificates here. Basically, certification means what? Now see, whenever as a user, now what this person is doing? This person is sending some request, right? He is hitting your server. As soon as he is hitting your server, so whatever request he is sending some request, suppose you want to withdraw cash of 10 lakh rupees, right? Where he will hit, he will first where he will access this here, your server. I am a user, I will access this. As soon as this person will enter from here, so this has to be encrypted. So his information has to be encrypted, what he did and what he's trying to do. So his information should not be compromised in any circumstances. So that is our responsibility. That is not his responsibility because he is our user. So because of that reason, there will be a protocol called HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol or secure. What we need to do here, we need to configure two certification. Nowadays, we are using TLC, SSL2 we are using. So what these certificate will do, they will provide encryption, end-to-end encryption here, something like this, right? Can you see here? What is the meaning of this one? This one is secured. Secured means here certification is enabled, certification is applied here. So these encryption, who is providing? Certification means nothing but encryption. So these encryption you can take from third party. They are providing encryption for you on behalf of you. So they will provide, their job will be to provide the certification, basically security for your encryption for your end-to-end data. So that can be configured by using SSL or either TLC. What this SSL and TLC is, I have prepared one slide. I'll give you people that. So you'll get idea about that. That you need to understand. This is what we need to understand as of now. Any leading questions? So this we have to take from third party. Okay. So any other question, leading question, any other questions? Birendra, any question? Babya or Bashir? Yeah. So this is what we need to understand. Okay. So this is what we need to understand about the load balancer. If you want to configure another one, you can configure another one as well. But I'm not getting into that. Why I'm showing you load balancing? Because I want you people to understand, because during Kubernetes we need this actually. That's why I came here. Another thing here, if you want to create another load balancer, you can create another load balancer as well. But if you are creating network load balancer, with network load balancer, one static IP will be configured. As static IP will be configured, that is chargeable, that is not free. So please notice that. That is chargeable, that is not free. Gateway load balancers and next one. So this is what we need to understand, and please don't forget to delete this. Right? Please don't forget to delete this. How to delete? Now see, straight away if I try to delete the load balancer, now what it'll say? Now see what I'm doing here. I'm deleting the load balancer here, right? What I'm doing, I'm just doing a confirm here. Let's do what I'm doing a confirm here. As soon as I'll do a confirm here, successfully deleted. If I delete the target here, where is my target here? First, what I need to do here, I need to, let's see. Yeah, then I can delete the server. Or what I can do, I can delete the server or I can stop the server. But let me terminate. And this is what we need to do from here. Oh, I should not have terminated because I need volume. Now let's understand about the volume, guys. We are going to understand about the volumes now. Let's understand about the volumes here. We are going to understand about the volumes now. So what is a volume here? Let's understand about volume. Volume is nothing but storage in AWS. What type of storage AWS is providing? Very, very important concept. I'll just give you people idea. Configuration I'll do tomorrow. So what we meant by volume here? Volume is nothing but storage. How we are going to handle the storage here? What are the different type of storage? First storage we know as of now. What that storage is? First storage is elastic block storage, EBS. Where we have configured this EBS, we have configured this EBS elastic block storage in EC2 here, right? You can consider this storage type like a, cannot consider like a disk actually. Yesterday too I said this sentence here. It's not nice to say a disk type of storage because disk is detachable, right? And this will be connected with our network. So there is a change there actually in elastic block storage. But where we are attaching elastic block storage means your information will be saved in the form of blocks, right? In the form of blocks here, and it will be attached with your EC2. Second type of storage is elastic file storage system. Here, what we are going to store? We are going to store the file type of data here, right? We are going to store the file type of data, but let me show you here. In elastic block storage, as I said, if your elastic block storage is attached with your EC2 means what? EC2 means your end application will be attached with your server. So if end application will be attached with your server means speed, where you are attaching the storage, you are attaching the storage along with your, where you are attaching the storage, you are attaching the storage where? With your end application means application is continuously generating data. If application is continuously generating data here, compute or processing of this type of storage has to be very, very high. Processing or compute of this type of storage has to be high here. This we need to understand from here. So this we have to understand. Elastic files type of storage means file type of data will be stored. And why we are using this file type of data here? Cross replication here. As soon as you are configuring elastic file storage system here, as soon as we are configuring elastic file storage system here, automatically your data, file type of data will be replicated between three different AZs. Three different availability zone here. If I'm saying Mumbai region here, automatically your data will be saved here between three different AZs. So if I'm talking about Mumbai region, if you're configuring elastic file storage system, automatically it will be replicated between three different AZs. So what is the meaning of that one? Availability. Availability of your information will be where? Here, here, and here. Of course, your information will be either here, either here, either here. All three places it will be. If one place is down, you'll replicate from another place. If another place is down, replicate it from another place to you. So this is what we need to understand from here. This is what we need to understand from here. So this is what elastic file storage system is. Then apart from this, we are going to understand one more important storage that is called S3 here. Simple storage services widely used here. You can consider this storage type as a trash. Trash means what? This is a kind of trash for your storage type. So here you can store any type of data. You can store file type of data, you can store images, you can store videos, you can store, this is kind of trash type of data here. But this is low budget storage, but only for infrequent data access. If you are looking for data access, but that is for infrequent data type, in that case, I will recommend you to use S3. If you are looking for frequent access, this is not a nice place. Something like this, you have something which you want to store for longer duration of time and you don't want to delete, and that is not important as well. So that things you can save here. Very, very low budget storage you can use. But here, if I'm saying S3 here, S3 is nothing but we are going to create one back bucket. What we are going to create here, we are going to create one bucket here. In the bucket, we are going to store the data. If I say the bucket here, this is my bucket here. We are going to create the bucket, and this in the within the bucket, we are going to store the object. Object is nothing but your data, your information. Object can be, as I said, it can be your video, it can be your file, it can be your images, just the trash of your data, basically, can say any type of. Now this is what, and how you are going to give access to the end user. Now what I'm saying about we are saving object here. Object means nothing object. What we are saving here, we are saving the data here. What we are saving the data here, as we are saving the data in the form of object here. Of course, suppose I'm taking example here. Bobia is my client. What the Bobia said? Bobia said, Mr. Pawan, okay, I have a storage type. Please create one S3 bucket for me and please transfer my data there in S3 bucket. But so what I need to do? So I need to give access of information or data to Bobia too, because Bobia need access of, if she need access of this data, how she will access? So in this case, this S3 bucket, what we will do, we will assign one URL, one unique URL will be assigned by the bucket itself, object for object. There will be one unique URL and we will control the access here. So what we will do, we will control the access here. Basically, control the access means like we can control the read, write or any type of access. So according to that, so we will give this URL. From this URL, Bobby will be able to access her object, whatever the object she kept it here in the S3 bucket. That we need to understand from here. Then after, there is one more thing here which we need to understand, that is snowball family. Snowball family we are using for data migration. The people who are working on a data migration thing, they will understand this thing here. What this snowball family is, basically, snowball family we are going to use for migration. What I meant by migration means migration of information or data from on-premises environment to your cloud environment. What here condition of using snowball is your data has to be more than 500 terabyte. If your data is more than 500 terabyte, then only you will order the snowball. Snowball from where? From us as AWS users, from AWS providers. You will order from us. So this snowball will be delivered to you people, 500 terabyte. And some big giants, suppose like TCS, what they want to do, they plan to migrate their information where? Into cloud environment, into AWS environment. What they will do, of course, they will order the snowballs. So our job will be to deliver this snowball to them. But one condition, as I said, data has to be more than 500 terabyte. If data is not more than 500 terabyte, we will never ever send this snowball to them. In snowball, what we need to consider, there will be three things in snowball. Snowball is nothing but you can consider a hard disk of 500 terabyte, just for our understanding purpose. Like 500 terabyte hard disk, what we are going to do, and data will be transferred in these snowballs through the snow cone. So data cannot be transferred with other things. So there will be a transport cone that is called snowball, that is called snow cone. From this snow cone, only you can transfer the data into the snowballs. From other source, you cannot transfer data here. Then there will be another carrier here. Carrier means transporter. Basically, if I say transporter here, what this transporter will do, he will transport this snowball. Suppose TCS ordered snowball in Hyderabad region. What they planned? They planned to transfer their data into data center of Mumbai region. So what we will do as a cloud provider, we will take this 500 terabyte of snowball and we will put this 500 terabyte of snowball into the snow carrier. As soon as we will put this into the snow, as soon as we will put this into the carrier here, we will send to respective location, physical location of the client, and from that location we will transfer information by using snow cones and we will deliver this again. Now this data will be distributed again. Now where they want to keep the data, of course there will be a proper sheet for migrating the data, where they want to use ABS, whether they want to use elastic file storage system, whether they want to use S3. So according to this, their data will be distributed between different environment here according to their requirement. Actually, it's not up to us. How many type of storage we have? I am saying elastic block storage, elastic file storage system, S3 here, another one is Snowball. In elastic block storage system, we are going to store the data in the form of block. Block means can say like a disk. In the form of block, we are going to save the data or save the informations. So we are going to save the data in the form of this. So here your elastic block storage will be attached with your application, end application. As it is attached with your end application means your at the time means all the time there will be processing of the information or data. So elastic compute processing of this elastic block storage has to be very, very high. And if I'm saying this elastic block storage compute or processing is very, very high. So if I'll say input and IOPS, input output per second of elastic block storage is very, very high. So this we need to understand. Elastic file storage system, file type of data we are going to use, but your data will be automatically replicated between 3 different zones. Availability of your information very reliable. You will have access from here, you will have from here, you will have from here. S3 is nothing but simple storage system. You can consider trash of your storage type. You are going to save your data in the form of here. There will be buckets. Within the bucket, you are going to keep the object. Object is nothing but your information data. What object? It can be your videos, it can be your image, it can be your file, or it can be some other type of data. Basically, you can consider trash, each and everything you can put here into S3. Basically, we created this, they created S3 here. They created S3 for infrequent data access and low budget storage for longer duration of time. That's why they created this S3. So if someone want to access the object, unique URL will be assigned to that person from that respective URL. So that person will be able to access. So we can consider, we can change the configuration of this URL here. We can change the access type of URL. Like we can provide access for like read, write. So these things we can do from here. So that's it. This is end of story here. Tomorrow I'll show you actually how to configure this elastic block storage, how to configure this elastic file storage. Then I'll configure what is this S3, how we are going to create the object, how we are going to transfer the object there, and how we are going to access the object as well. This we need to understand. Then in EBS elastic block storage, we will discuss about some replicas snapshot too. Okay, we'll discuss about this elastic block storage here. We will discuss about this creating a volume, how to create the volume, replica of volume. So those things we'll discuss tomorrow. Because today not many people joined. That's why I'm keeping till here. If you guys have any sorts of question, you can ask me the question, or otherwise I'll catch you people tomorrow straight away.
Pawan, this recording for yesterday, I was not able to find.
I forgot to upload Abdul actually yesterday.
Okay. Can you
Today
please
I'll upload
upload?
actually. Just now someone shared sent me text on actually, so I came to know. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll do that, both this and that I'll do. Okay.
All right. And also the notes associated with this.
Yeah. Notes. Okay. Okay, guys. Any other things? Take care. So I'll catch you people tomorrow. Please practice. Okay. If you guys have any question, you can ask me, or otherwise I'll catch you people tomorrow.